Get out of there! Get out of there! Get out of there!
Welcome to the fastest growing web series on the internet.
We put the real
in reality.
Boys in the Woods.
Yeah, boy!
This episode of Boys in the Woods is brought to you by Hormel Painting, serving all of the Kansas City metropolitan area and beyond. Residential or commercial, interior or exterior, big or small, we do it all. Turn your building or home into wow now. For free estimates, call 816-490-2317.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Monday morning.
Gary, what the fuck?
I'm stuck. You're going to pull me backwards. Well, I'm not stuck. The truck ain't stuck. I can go forward and backwards,
Oh.
Yeah.
but I can't turn.
All right, we'll get you.
I'll go start the skidder up.
Gary, you ready? So it rained over the weekend. There was a little bit of a mud hole there. Gary didn't want to tear the truck up, so he just waited for us to drag him out. It's probably the safest bet. We'll get him on the dry. He'll get loaded. And the landowner was down there visiting with us. There's cameras everywhere.
Is that a camera?
Yeah, I make a weekly show on Facebook and YouTube, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, I spend all my free time doing video production.
Really?
So I'll record all this, everything we do all day, and then I'll take the best pieces and make like a 10 or 15 minute show every week, put it out on Sundays.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How is it? What's it listed under?
Boys in the Woods.
Boys in the Woods.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got another place up
Okay,
north
guys.
we may look at.
I'll see you this afternoon again.
Alrighty, we'll be here.
Okay.
He was a great guy.
No matter what Matt said.
No, if it was up to me, we'd be leaving her in just a little bit. You're already sweating. Must have been a serious phone call.
I was calling your psychologist.
Holy shit.
That's
Gynecologist.
Psychologist. I'll go get that when you get that ready. So it's a little muddy to skid, so we're gonna let it dry out for a few more hours and me and Dusty's gonna cut. With two guys, it sure does go a lot faster. But with two guys, sometimes it's twice as dangerous. Hey! Get out of there! Get out of there! Get out of there! Sorry, man. The back give up. You good? Yeah. Sorry, man. I had to give him a big old hug. So now we're just gonna cut together. We let the tree go at the same time, laid down pretty smooth. Tuesday morning we're gonna head up by the railroad tracks. I've been avoiding these trees since we got here, but now I gotta cut them. The wind ain't helping. There's your railroad tracks. Don't have to worry about this one too much. Worry about it fucking knocking that motherfucker down now. See, the railroad was pretty close to where we was at, so we had to be super careful. We got this side done. Gary's got the last of the logs and he's headed back to the farm. Now we're gonna move the skidder over to the other side of the creek. We're gonna move to the other side of the creek, but it's like a 15-mile drive to get around. So I could have threw a rock as far as we was going, but it turned into like a 15-minute deal to get over there. And probably another 10 minutes each time loading and unloading. But we finally got there. This road's a dead end. And it's pretty tight, so we don't think we'll be able to turn that long trailer around. Old Rut-Row, he's gonna back that sucker all the way down here. Rut-Row's an old nickname we had for Dusty. So we cut all the trees up on top Tuesday afternoon. This is Wednesday morning. You can see the other side of the creek, but there wasn't no good place to cross, so we had to haul around. Like I said, we cut everything on top the other day, so now we're gonna cut everything in that bottom. We're gonna stay down there with the skidder because we can't skid them up and down the hill. This one Dusty drug out of the creek. This is one about to be in the creek. Gotta love these. Hey, look at that. I thought I left a little piece holding.
Oh, please tell me that's something else.
This is a pretty good tree. I didn't want to mess it up.
Please tell me that's something else. Okay.
So that tree slid off the stump, landed a couple feet away, and another tree is holding it up. Like an old boy said in the comments last week, it's always an adventure in the tall timber. Dusty's gonna back up there, pinch it, and drag it down. Shouldn't be no big deal. So he'll poke these all up the hill, because just a little ways it flattens out a bit. It's not so straight up and down. He'll be able to back down to them and drag them out. We'll buck them up and we'll get them out of there. So he'll push them up there. And then he'll back the skidder up the hill. You can see that butt right there. He'll be able to just back down to that and grab them. And once he's up here a ways, it's not such an incline, he can climb it pretty easy. Now we got all the logs out, skidder's loaded up, we're headed back to the farm. So this is a rock quarry. They got a road underneath the county road. They could drive any of their equipment through there. So the log buyers came and bought up the logs we had laid out. So Dusty's gonna stack them up so Gary can haul them to the log buyer in the morning. Now this Thursday morning, these logs was cut by the power company and the landowner had us buck them up. So they also had us look at their timber while we was there. After we got done with that, we headed back over to that dozer job that we've been on before. Cut up the logs they had laid out. Wasn't a whole bunch, we got done, went back to the farm. So we was having a little trouble with the picker on the pre-hauler. So we're gonna pull it in there and see if we can't get it fixed. We messed with some hoses and valves and we got it going. It's working pretty good now. While we were doing that, the landowners called and said, come on down. It ain't very far, so we're gonna road the skidder over there. We started cutting. Landowner come down and talk to us about some property lines.
How's it going?
Alrighty, how you doing?
Oh, all depends, I guess.
What's that?
How's it going?
Yeah. Jason, Amanda's husband.
I'm Matt.
Nice to meet you.
My pleasure.
There's a little triangle
piece right along the creek here, somewhere right in here.
This is pretty cool. Look at this.
Sycamore roots, and this walnut's growed over them. How crazy is that?
That walnut's growing on top of them sycamore roots.
On a rock bar.
And it was pretty hot, no breeze on Thursday. I just sweating that mud through my jeans. Friday morning, Gary's gonna get the rest of the logs we have piled up. He's gonna take them to the log buyer. And we're gonna go over here to the neighbors and get to cutting. Uncle John brought the skid steer and he's gonna pile these up next to the road so Gary can just swing through there and grab them on his way back. So Gary's got these loaded. He's gonna take them back to the farm and lay them out.
Guys, we can see that this is open down here. And I'll be way under the dirt, but I think I can get it and I can get down to it with my saw. So I'm gonna cut this whole thing out from here. Cut down here, down here, down in the back. We can see plainly it's gonna fall in the creek. So that's it, let's go.
So I've bored in, I've cut down on the sides, I'm cutting down the back. Now see, we've got this bottom opened up, we've got a nice road through there. Dusty's been piling up all the tops, keep them isolated in one area. Takes a little more effort, but it always looks so much better. It's easier to work around too. Now they just bought this and they want to have this opened up so the cows can get down there because there's water in that creek. And they want some of these trees thinned out because it's so brushy. They want some grass to grow down there as well. So this job works out good for us. It's close to home. It's going to help them out in the future. When it works for everybody, that's the best. These trees ain't got a lot of size, but they're pretty long. There's a few bigger ones in there. But they want it cut, so we're going to cut it. Pretty nice tree there. Now we're getting to the end of this bottom, and there's a power line there, so we've got to start pushing all these trees. So I make sure Dusty's ready. I've got the tree ready. Just cut down in the back, and he'll shove her over. Now they ain't leaning real hard, but you don't want to take any chances with the power line right behind us. We got the pickup over there. So we just shove them over the way we came. And he'll turn them tops around, drag them back into the timber where he's got a pile. And we'll have her nice and cleaned up. Well, that's all I got for you guys this week. We had a pretty good week, other than the heat. But that's part of logging, I guess. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks to all our sponsors. If you want to become a sponsor, just message us on Facebook. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.